The Christmas Aliens by Mirage Comics. So this is Michelangelo's micro series. So because that doesn't follow the previous issue, that's why you're probably wondering like, why is the story going to be set in New York during Christmas when last time we saw the turtles they were on an alien planet. So yeah, this is basically, I guess you can say, set sometime before they went out looking for Splinter while they were still chilling out at April's house. The reason I'm reviewing it now is because, according to the publication date, this came out after the teaming up with Fujitoid issue. So this came out in December of 1985. Teaming up with Fujitoid came out in October of 1985. And the Triceraton Homeworld, which I will be reviewing next, came out in February 1986. So because publication-wise this came out next, I decided, all right, then this will be the next issue that I review. But this is basically just a wholesome one-shot. And we start off with Michaelangelo, and he's just walking around New York City, Manhattan, and he sees people enjoying the snow and the Christmas festivities, and he kind of wants to get in on some of the action. So when he sees a bunch of kids, going sledding, he decides to go try it out. He has a little bit of fun. And then he goes on his way, comes across a cat, and the cat's like freezing to death. So he takes the cat, puts in his coat, and goes out to go shopping. Basically, he's trying to find some cheap presents that he can get for his brothers in April. And while there, he comes across a toy store where there's this item called Little Orphan Aliens, and that's supposed to basically be the hot item of the year. So it's basically the Tickle Me Elmo, the Furby, the whatever, the hot item of the year that everyone wants to get. And Michelangelo decides to go cruising down the aisles, and he's just playing with a bunch of toys and stuff like that, messing around. And one of the toys he plays with scares the cat, and the cat runs into the back room, like the warehouse room where all the shipping crates and stuff are at. And while there, he discovers that a truck filled with a bunch of little orphan aliens is being robbed. And this truck is actually supposed to be it's being donated to a children's home, an orphanage. But these robbers are trying to rob it because this is the hot item of the year. They can sell one of these toys for $50, and they have a truckload of them. $50 took you pretty far back in the 80s. But yeah, of course, they're about to rob the truck when the cat meows and they see Mike and they shoot at him, and then they basically decide to make their getaway and they drive off. And I thought this was kind of a cool little moment where we see Michelangelo. He sees like a lamp cord sticking out of the truck, and he grabs it, and that's how he's able to hold on to the truck. And at first I was like, wait, was that always there, or did they just have that there just for that moment? But then when you look back in a couple of pages, you'll see that the cord is actually there. So I thought that was kind of cool how you can actually see the lamp and the cord and stuff being used as they're robbing the truck. And then later on, it comes into play later on. I just said later twice in one sentence. All right. So yeah, Mike grabs onto the truck, dives in. He's able to open up the door. He dives inside. How none of these toys fell out while this car is careening down the streets, who knows? But eventually they decide, all right, at the next light, we're going to stop and you check it out and see if he's still back there. So they stop, they check it out. Mike comes out and he beats the tar out of two of them, but there's still the driver, and the driver drives off. Mikey tries to grab onto the truck, but he slips. So Mikey's like, all right, I got to go through an alley and see if I can cut him off that way. And he does. And he basically pulls an Indiana Jones. Raiders of the Lost Ark, where he just like punches through the glass and he fights the driver and grabs him and yanks him out. And then he jumps into the truck. But as soon as he jumps into the truck, he's thinking like, all right, I'm going to take this, back to the store. The cops arrive and they see the truck, and they're like, hey, that's the truck full of little orphan aliens that was reported stolen. Like, we got to get it. So we actually have Mikey getting chased by the cops, and we actually have a scene where he bashes the cops. It causes them to crash. Who knows if it causes any injuries? He's if nothing else, he's causing like property damage and stuff like that. And then up ahead, he sees like a roadblock, and he just steps on the gas and he plows through all the cop cars and stuff. So I was like, all right, Mikey's the good guy, and he's fighting off a bunch of cops because they don't know any better. So eventually he's able to hide the truck in an alley, yeah, he's like, well, like, what do I do now? Like, I can't have the cops get this truck because then they will lock it up as evidence and the kids won't get their toys. I can't take it back to the store because if the cops see me behind the wheel, then they're gonna chase me again. So he's like, all right, maybe I can get my brothers to help. So he takes the cat, goes back to April, gives April the cat, and tells his brothers the story. And they're like, all right, let's go give those toys to those orphans. So they put all the toys inside of their van, take it to the orphanage, and they dress up as elves. And Mikey dresses up as Santa, and everybody ends up happy. All's well that ends well, and there you go. That was basically just like a nice little heartwarming Christmas story with Mikey going on his little adventure and saving the toys for the orphans. So yeah, it was a nice, fun little issue. I liked it. Art's great, coloring was good, writing was good. Like I liked it. It was just like a nice, fun little Christmassy issue. While like a lot of these Mirage comics aren't like really for kids, this was like a kid friendly issue. Really no bad language, no like violence. Yeah, and it had like a nice little heartwarming story. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we will continue on with the main run, issue number 6, the Triceraton Homeworld. But yeah, until then, hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell for a notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.